What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stirfry. It's your boy, Chef T.
I'm Will the Spacekid.
And today we have special guest, T.
Woo-hoo.
What up? Hey, she's a
Hey,
podcaster,
guys.
internet personality. She runs the show. What's it called? That's what T said.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
what T
I
said.
should have been prepared for that. I don't know how I didn't have that.
No,
memorized.
it's totally okay because everyone always says different things.
Yeah,
They're like,
good name though.
What's T say? I'm like, no.
So the that's is actually a part of it. So is it like what's T said or is it that's what T said?
That's what T said because I'm always saying something obnoxious.
Okay.
So
That's good.
I actually also thought it was just what T said.
yeah.
Okay.
No, that's a good name though. I mean, because you have these obviously from your Instagram, you have these outlandish remarks. I see you grabbing these nice sound bites. It kind of wraps up your whole personality, your whole podcast as a whole. It's great. So how did you get started in kind of wanted to develop your show? How did that get started?
Well, all my life I pretty much just kind of always wanted to get into like acting and do something with TV and film. And about 2-3 years ago I wanted to do it, like really do it, and I was like gonna quit my job and everything to do it.
Okay.
Full investment.
Literally. But I was in a relationship at the time and he totally was like not really supportive of it. And so that kind of like crushed my dreams. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough or whatever. So I kind of just like moved spaces and my long-term friend was like, you should just do it and I will like back you up 100%. And he helped me find like a camera guy. He like was holding me accountable every week, calling me like, did you look for spaces? Where are you going to film? Like, how are you going to do this? Send me your agenda. And I was like, okay, like this is really happening. I'm going to just do it. And then I just did it. And how I came up with the name was, like every week I was like, I need something catchy.
Right, yeah. That's the hardest part.
No, literally. And I was going to do like Tuesday Talks with T. Like I wanted to do something with like T.
Yeah, triple T.
But then I didn't want it to be, like my inspiration is Ellen. So I wanted to be more like a TV show.
Right. Okay.
And so that was like my goal for it. And then I don't even know. I was like in the middle of a conversation and someone was like, oh, that's what T says. And I'm like, that's it. That is it. And I just like ran with it.
See, yeah, and it's kind of a play on that's what she said.
Right.
So it's like it has different entendres that like work for it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
So that's great.
No, that's definitely fire. I do got a question out of that. So you said acting. Were you like the kid that kind of like talked to yourself and played different roles?
Oh, for sure. Like so a little history about me. I am adopted. And so I grew up thinking I was like the only child. But in all actuality, I have like older sisters and a twin brother. So yeah, I kind of grew up really, really awkwardly, like thinking, okay, I'm the only child. So of course, like talking to myself, being the class clown because I didn't have anyone to like play with at home and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can relate.
And then, I just kind of went with that.
So it's interesting. So you say you're only child. I was only child too.
Yeah.
Do you think that kind of develops a sort of creativity and personality that's why like a lot of these super creative people are only child?
Yes.
You know, and actors too.
No.
Like a lot of them are just only children.
I feel that we can be even more creative because like growing up, we had that space to create whatever we want and not play off of anybody.
Yeah.
So it was like our world and then our own imagination and we just like grew from that. And so I think that's why. Are you the only child?
Yes. So I have a sister and brother, but I never lived with them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I consider myself only child.
Right.
Okay,
so
we're
all creative.
So I mean, we're all like creative people.
I mean, we're all going to be famous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Facts.
And I definitely think it does stem from that because as a child, you know, you don't have your little brother in the other room, you know, messing with you and having your mom's like spend time with him. You know, you don't have that. So what you do is you create your own imagination scenarios. You know, you have your toys, you build them, do whatever. I was big into Legos.
Yes.
You know, that was like my creative thing. I would just build like these giant Lego towns. And it would just keep me, it would just be, that's what it was. And then, you know, I had these, you always have. I feel like we always have like best friends that substitute as brothers and sisters, but then they can leave.
Oh,
you know, so I'm
that's
like,
a sad part.
I don't want to. Yeah. But I'm like, all right, I don't want to hang out with him this week.
Literally,
it's just me.
It's hard because, you know, having those type of like friendships, you want to like be close to those people, and then you automatically are like, we're family. But then also they don't understand when, like, most of my friends have grew up in either big families or have siblings. They don't understand like the alone time that you need, and that's like so important. And also, like, on the opposite end, it's also hard. I've had a hard time with this, like, since I was an only child, like sharing. Oh yeah. So I'm like, you want a piece of what? Because no, we don't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, I bought this. Mine.
It's mine.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a problem. And also, again, with the alone time, I think some people just don't know how to be alone. No, especially when they have siblings. For real. Like, that's a big thing. It's like, you know, some people always want to be surrounded by, for instance, like I have my buddy from BGKB. He grew up with like three other younger sisters, so he was constantly around them, you know, climbing everywhere. And then when he's alone, it's different. You know, he can't really be alone like that.
Yeah, like they don't know how to be themselves because it's like they're always playing off other people.
Right.
And so, yeah, people just like don't understand. Totally.
Yeah. So I want to go into, I know you talked about your relationship was the reason why you didn't get started earlier.
Yes.
Do you think like a positive relationship can like change so much for people, you know, especially pursuing your dreams? Because I feel like that plays a huge factor.
For sure. Having a positive relationship and like someone in your corner that's like pushing you and definitely supports you 100%, like that is straight #goals. Because right. I mean, there are so many people that like for us, they like the idea of us, but then once they get to know what we do and like how busy we are, they can't handle it. And it's like, it's hard when someone like it's good when someone truly understands, like, I'm a busy person, but I also can make time for you. And the fact that you support that and you understand, like, that just is like everything.
Yeah, that's great when you find that, like, my girlfriend, she supports me all the time. We even do our own little show together.
And she's really pretty.
Yeah, and she's gorgeous, beautiful. But she's supportive.
I'm not a lesbian.
What?
I'm not a lesbian.
No, but she's gorgeous. But she supports me. We do our own show, like a hot sauce show. We're starting to roll out. Yeah, we're starting to do that. And it's kind of fun to even be able to bring. So she's not as creative, like, and does stuff what we do. We don't. She doesn't have a show. Right. She doesn't make music, do videos, but she's like, yeah. I mean, I'll do it. Like, let's do it. Let's do some fun together, and it's fun for everyone. You know, especially when they're able to support you and able to like join in on it. Literally. And like we're able to be like, hey, come in and you can be a part of this too. Like, it's not just my show. It's not just about me. You know, it's just not about my dreams, but like we can all work together. Literally. I think that's like the best relationship.
Are you in a relationship?
Yes. So I noticed like past relationships, girls do not understand. Like so it's kind of like, I guess a lot of girls are used to these, like, every Friday and Saturday we want to spend time together. It's like, no, we're not. That's not going to happen. Because, you know, I do a lot of stuff. Like, I want to make my music. I want to make my skits. I might want to go back to poetry, even though I haven't done it in a while. But, like, I write all around, so I need time to myself. I need time to think. I need time to meet up with these people. And it's like, I can't just be smothered up every weekend. And some people just really don't understand that concept because that's just not what they're used to. Like, so a lot of people are used to just like, they go to their 9 to 5 and then that's it. And the rest of that time is used to watch movies. And I'm like, oh, that's different. I wish I knew what that felt like, but I don't.
Right.
Yeah. Like, that's literally some people's whole agenda. It's like they work Monday through Friday. Saturday is all movies. Friday is all movies. Sunday is church, or they don't go to church. But the movies still come and play, and then Monday they're back at work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, or going out like every weekend.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's what they So yeah, it's crazy because as a creative, you think of time as like valuable. So it's like we work to provide,
right?
But the extra time is to create and like come with ideas and, and implement them. But we always like, I don't know about you guys, but I always find time to do the things that, you know, to hang out with her, to do that. I always find the time.
Yeah.
But again, like stuff's going so fast in all of our minds. Like as being a creative, it's like idea pops in your head, idea pops in your head. Like you never know what your week's gonna look like because you never know where inspiration's gonna come, what's gonna happen that week creatively.
So for me, I definitely can relate to like what you're talking about because I came from that world. Because before I like got into all this, that was me, like just working 9 to 5, and I was with someone that had the same schedule as me. You know, we got home, and I mean, we didn't watch movies all the time, but you know, cooked and spent time with each other. Just did boring shit. Actually, it's very fucking boring. Like, wow, I didn't realize. And when I look back on it, I don't know if you guys have seen, but I was really fat at the time because I think that's all I did was just eat, like go to work, come home, eat, watch movies.
You were a little bigger, not fat.
No, I was like the size of this table. Like it was crazy.
I think we all had that phase.
But now, okay, so now, I'm like kind of dating, but not really because I don't really want to make the time. I haven't really been making the time. But when I tried to date, I dated someone who was kind of like in the entertainment business too. And I did not, okay, I know I want people to understand, but like, I was just like, how can you be even more busy than me? Like, I don't understand. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
It's a weird thing. It's hard.
I always wonder what it's like to
date someone like you.
It's
like, it's hard.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I was wondering what it's like to go and actually like you have like that strict schedule of 9 to 5 is your job, and that's all, because ultimately if you don't want to do like things more, like you don't want to start like your own business. You know, people don't want to do that. They want security. That's all they care about. Pays for the bills.
Right.
You go. Then you come home and you're done. Like, you don't even have to think about it. You can do, like, I don't even know what I would do. I don't even know what I spend my time doing.
That's so
It's, like, such a different life.
I don't knock anyone that definitely has a 9 to 5. We appreciate you.
Everybody has their thing.
I'm so glad that you work hard. But after that, when, like, you just shut your mind off and you don't, like, do anything creative, like, I don't know, play a puzzle, like, read a book. I don't know. Start chopping ice. Like, I don't know. Like, it's really just like so weird.
It's so long. Like, I think maybe kind of high schoolish, but like even high school, I feel like you're getting into a whole bunch of chaos. Well, at least, just speaking for myself.
No, I feel that.
It's like I'm getting into all type of chaos with my friends, doing who knows what after school or in school or when we're supposed to be in school. So kind of after that, it was like I went to college and it was just like, it was always something to do. So I still wasn't like doing that, like sit around 9 to 5. It was kind of like, okay, I got these classes to take care of. Then after these classes, it's these basketball games, these hockey games, whatever.
Right.
In the midst of that is, I don't know, a video game club on campus or something like random to jump into. So I don't know, it was just like all these different things. And then I still was like making content kind of heavy.
Yeah.
So then it's like when I finished that, I came back to Cleveland and it's just like, okay, so here I am. I wonder what my friends are doing. And then I find most of them and it's like, you know, they rap, they have a podcast, they're making beats, they're preparing fashion shows. I'm like, okay, so my friends still make content, so I make content. Okay, so this continues.
Yeah. Once you get older, you kind of get out of the world of like knowing who those people are that actually just work. I mean, unless you like work with them.
Right.
Because, you know, you kind of surround yourself with people like you. Am I saying it right? Mine liked
didn't it? I don't know. Yeah,
mine liked it like you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you do. Yeah.
And then you just don't see that other world. And then even like for me, like I do work a 9 to 5, but after that, I don't like talk to those people. I don't hang out with those people. I mean, unless it's like a work event, but I still don't like the conversation's so short. It's just like, oh, you've been good? Good. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's also some of those people, that's their dream job. Mm-hmm. So, like, I mean, that's great because that's what they worked, they went to school for, and that's what they wanted to become. And they, like, every day through that 9 to 5, they work their ass off, you know, and try to prove themselves. But it's crazy because we can have jobs, like, for instance, I work at Channel 3. I mean, for someone that graduated, but for someone that graduated for, like, film production, I mean, that's a pretty good job. Mm-hmm. And I could just, like, do that, and, like, I would be okay. Mm-hmm. But I just know that, like, I can't just sit and be complacent. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm gonna work hard when I'm there, but I just can't. I can't imagine me just going home and then, like, not doing anything creative or just, like, even just learning more or doing extra things that don't involve, like, work.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
I think I just know that there's a whole nother life that I need to be a part of.
No, literally.
So, like, you know what? If you make whatever, like, you can make $50K your whole life or whatever, and you can be satisfied. You can live on that, especially like if your partner is making the same or like roughly around the same. Yeah, you be good. Right. But there's literally like this whole other life of just stuff that could be done, like from you wanting to maybe like donate these big amount of like money to these charities or just like different vacations. I don't know, just like waking up being able to like make these purchases that you want. Yeah, it's just literally a whole different life. Goals. Like we were talking about earlier, like Drake's bed is $400,000. Like, so insane. Like, I mean, great. I'm not saying I want a $40,000 bed, but it's like
it must be nice to sleep on.
It better be
like,
nice to sleep.
That's crazy. I would never wake up.
It's like that's crazy.
Better be clouds. People
like even
like people work in the mattress massaging you or something.
Like even when you the concept of thinking of like a $20,000 bed. I mean, it's like that's crazy. Like $7,000. That's like a car. Down payment on a house. Somebody college year.
Dude, you can get a really nice house for $400,000. Like,
I mean, literally.
So it's like, I don't know. It's just like a whole different part of life. Like, and I feel like for me to get there, I just need to just keep doing the content that I'm doing, and things will work out. And I just feel like if you surround yourself with the right people, network.
That's a big thing.
Make sure your brand is, where it needs to be. Like, you'll get there. I feel like everybody has a crazy story.
So what's your, like, kind of goal with the podcast? Like, so what's your goal overall as an entertainer? Because I'm guessing that's what you want to be. I mean, you want it to be more than just, maybe just a podcast now, but a TV show later or a movie later. What's your goal?
Yes, my goal is to have my own TV show with my own network. And then with my own network, I guess offer that channel to other people that are in entertainment that may be struggling or may not have all their ideas put together, but definitely want to be in TV too. So say like if you guys wanted to have your broadcast live, like, Channel 3 or something, like on TV.
Right, yeah.
Then, I would provide that platform for you. But yes, the big goal is to be the next Black Ellen. Well, there is no Black Ellen, but Tequila. But as Black Ellen. Because Ellen's old and she's going to retire soon. So
No, Will told me that your name was Tequila, and I was like, damn, that's a dope name.
Oh, dang.
So it's spelled just, you see, you call yourself up on that. I see that. So is it spelled just like...
It's spelled literally just like the drink.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of people don't know that that's my name because I don't introduce it as my name. Only because... I guess I still have PTSD from growing up
I feel
and
like
just being made
we
fun of.
introduce our brands.
What could they make fun of you for?
I mean, you know how kids are.
Tequila?
And then
that's funny.
Just like teachers, they would think it's like anything. Okay, so now this generation, they have weird ass names like Waukesha or something dumb. So I can like kind of fit in with the generation now. But like before,
kids are cruel.
Yeah, they're like, well, my name's William, and it's like, okay, mine's Tequila. Well, why would somebody name you Tequila? I'm like, I don't know. But my mom isn't.
No, I feel it. People are crazy, especially middle school. I mean, middle school is always rough.
So middle school, I not only had a weird name, but I was like hairy as fuck, and from what I know, like I was kind of musty. So I just had a horrible childhood.
But see, you're going. She's like, double take. Wait, no, but I mean, I think that builds character. I think all of us probably at one point have been bullied. I mean, it's no one should be bullied. That's fucked up. Like, you know. But I ultimately think if I wasn't bullied, I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
No, for real.
You know, but I think it kind of built me to have way more confidence. Like I don't know. I probably would still be like heavy. I was a big kid always.
No,
you know,
we should share pictures.
Yeah, we should post them on here.
See who was bigger. No, I was like as big as the porch.
I was like 220.
I was 272.
Okay, you haven't beat.
Yeah. I was Norbit.
Norbit.
Oh my god.
So who are some of the? I know you mentioned Ellen, but who are like some of the other people that inspired you to start your show?
Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
Everybody else on like.
So you're big onto like you really want that talk show.
I really want the talk show, and that's kind of the goal that I have with the show now. Is I want to provide the platform for people to come on and showcase the things that they're working on professionally, personally, musically, whatever, but also a couch feeling, like just sit down, be yourself. It's unscripted, so I tell people I'm not telling you anything that I'm going to ask because you never know. And sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I just kind of flow with the conversation, and then I'm like, oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, what just came to my mind was, do you free ball or not? So it's like...
but that's interesting, you know? So you're kind of bringing the TV show, but with a twist, because it's on the internet, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, literally.
You know? That's what's missing. That's what the TV shows are missing, you know, because they're so...
commercial.
Yeah, they're so commercial. You can't say this, and this. It's completely scripted. I'm sure they rehearse like many times.
800 times.
Yeah, I'm sure they have like rehearsals, so everything's perfect. That's why people are going away from TV shows and people are going to podcasts. People are going to YouTube shows. Because people want to actually feel like that person that's a host, the person that's coming on the show is real. Like that's a genuine conversation that they're having. They actually get to know the person and they get to like it's just more real. People just like the authenticity.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I want your fans to know what they could possibly not ever know. Like
okay.
I don't want them to know how you got started because probably 800 people asked you that. Like I want them to know, like, do you shave your eyebrows once a month? Do you cut your own hair? Do you shave your pubic hairs? Do you clip your own toenails? How often do you have sex?
And they don't even know that this is coming.
Yeah,
right? So
literally.
that makes it even crazier. And that's why from the stuff I've seen, like that's what makes it good. Like their natural reactions. You know, like we don't do that, but like that's a great idea. And even the couch concept, like
super dope.
Yeah, we were talking about it, like the couch, bed.
For sure.
You have a bunch of different locations and like ideas of bringing people out of their comfort zone. Because when's the last time you saw a talk show on a bed?
Literally.
Like that's pretty interesting. So what made you think of that kind of concept?
I kind of just always want to do something different. And it literally came to me the day of the show. And I try to always be accommodating. So I kind of usually ask people in the space that I'm filming at, like, do you want to sit at the table? Like, do you want to sit in front of the TV?
Oh, so that brings up the question I was kind of thinking. So everything that we see is like prop based?
Yes and no. So, if no one has a preference, then I'm just like, okay, well, we're going to stand in the corner. And that's what we're going to do
Okay.
for the whole time. You don't mind standing, do you? And they're like...
Because I was wondering, it's like, I would see different couches, then I would see the bed. And I was wondering, like, is this like a big studio? Is this like genuinely her bed? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
So,
what is it? What's your secret?
Yeah, I met this guy. His name is Ba. And Still Moving Creation. Shout out to you. And he owns a loft downtown.
Okay.
And he told me that I could just come whenever I want. And I just utilized his whole space. If I wanted to use the shower, I could do that. If I wanted to use the kitchen, I could do that.
Got you. Creative
Connections,
Yeah,
man. Network.
literally. He's
See,
like, you want to do the hallway? And the way like the loft is set up, they have like these different offices there too, like a yoga studio and like this grand piano and like the hallway.
Who is this guy?
I mean, literally.
Yeah,
super
and so he was just like, let me know. You want to do it in the elevator? We could do it in the elevator. And I'm like, well, say less.
Yeah.
Literally.
Cool. Okay.
So is it set up for people to come and create in, or is it set up as like just so you said it's still creatives?
Yeah, Still Moving Creative.
Okay.
But
so
that's his home. Like that.
Okay, that was my question.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I was on his bed. I don't know if you washed the sheets that day, but it was really comfortable. So yeah, he actually lives there, but whoever wants to like use that space, he's like whatever. He'll take his couch, put it in the hallway, like move his bed to the living room.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's had people come in there with like live bands. Like he has like a whole like
so it's
800 like backdrop screens, like
that's
blue,
what I'm
green,
saying. So
yellow,
he
red.
does he do like photos and
Yeah, so he does photography.
Okay.
And then
that's dope.
I think he just does that full time. So and he travels with it too. He like goes to like Spain, France, like people book him all over.
What's his name?
His name's Ba Se.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got a super creative name. I probably can't even spell it, but
yeah,
that's sweet. That's kind of like. That's something we gotta get in contact with.
Definitely.
No, for real. We'll definitely share contacts.
Man, that's a goal. I really want one of those giant lofts
You
and just a creative.
have to see the space.
I'm dying because like even his room looks dope.
Yeah, and
That's why we thought it was a prop because it looks too.
what
too
he
nice.
charges for it is like, are you sure you're okay to continue to live here for what you're charging?
Yeah.
But I mean, he makes his money elsewhere and he's doing really good for himself. So
Especially if he's traveling all the time anyways, he might as well make a little bit of money in his space. And that's sweet.
no, that's awesome. So I'm gonna like definitely continue to utilize his space and then utilize my own apartment, but also the community too, because I like having different sceneries.
Yeah, I like the idea that each one is kind of different.
Yeah.
That you don't have a set
Yeah.
per se. And I think that makes it a little more interesting because I oftentimes feel like it fits somewhat of the people that are on it.
Yeah.
Like the bed fit, I forget the guy's name, but I know he's like a comedian.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it kind of fit the vibe. He's funny. You guys are in the bed. Like, why are you guys in the bed?
Right.
It's funny.
Right.
Yeah, it just adds
like, why
to
are we
it.
here?
Yeah. It works.
Yeah,
in a cool way.
For sure. Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
So you have like a lot of dope content on your page, on YouTube. But do you think if your biggest fan spent a week with you, they would be surprised, or they would be like, "Oh, this is what I expected from everything I saw on the internet"?
I would probably let them down for sure.
Okay.
Because I mean, my personality is definitely vibrant and authentic, but me every day, I'm like the chillest person anyone can ever meet. Okay. So I definitely keep to myself a lot. I read. I'm into the church. So okay. I feel like if someone was to like follow me for a whole day or even a week, they'd be like, damn, you're really kind of boring. Like, you don't.
So they would just be like,
you don't
where the jokes at?
No, I mean, I don't wake up and just like start calling people like, guess what, bitch? I gotta tell you a joke. Like, I don't.
Okay, that's not the experience they would get.
Yeah, no. I mean, I could totally pull that off if someone wanted that.
I mean, a week is a long time. Like, I feel like by Wednesday, you kind of gotta tell them like, so I'm not doing it for you again today.
And I'm horrible with communication. So a lot of times my phone won't even ring a whole day because I've kind of got to a point where I just don't pick up and I just don't text people back anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how I became that way, but I'm really bad with communication. So I think over time people got to the point where like, I'm not calling her anymore. Like,
yeah, I
I
feel
just
that.
hope she's still alive. So yeah.
And another thing with like having a podcast, like, cause I was thinking about it. So we have our podcast weekly. Yeah. You have your podcast. And for us, it's kind of like, you know, we can throw on a hat, t-shirt, jogging pants, whatever. So with like being a female and even, you know, being interviewed or you like, okay, this is the date of my podcast. Is it always like my hair has to be done, nails have to be done, etc.? Or is it kind of like, oh, depending on who it is, I feel like I can just show up kind of comfortable?
Well, being a female, I'm not even being a female, being me.
Okay.
I'm just very insecure about like how I look. Okay. And I'm very like really hard on myself. I'm so judgmental. Okay. So I feel like I always have to have like my makeup and my hair done.
Gotcha.
But as far as like clothes, like my closet isn't anything fancy. Like I don't have like Beyonce gowns for days. I just am like, usually the day of, I'm like, I'm going to try not to wear black again, but...
Okay.
Right, yeah.
That's real. Okay.
It just usually happens. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm kind of like a sweatpants and a hoodie kind of person, okay. So I don't even mind.
Yeah. I was just wondering, because it's like, I don't know, for like us, it's whatever.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
whatever.
Shit.
Yeah.
Like,
the Stirfry.
But I know, like, you know, some people, like, the way they run, what they have, it's like, everything has to be, like, crispy. Like,
yeah, I don't want to be crispy, and I don't want to be too like.
You don't want to be too TV.
Because the point of the point of it is to make people feel comfortable. So if I'm like got a blazer on and some slacks and some heels, and then I'm like, yeah, I also am not telling you like what the questions are and just be prepared for anything. And then I come in like a businesswoman, then they're gonna be like kind of intimidated, like. Yeah. Okay, what is this, 2020? Like, so I just kind of like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best way to be authentic and you know, I mean, be yourself. If you feel like wearing something nice and you feel like wearing something nice, I mean, you know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do a pajama set one day.
Yeah, onesie. Make your guests wear onesie, too.
Literally.
Boom, that'll be great content.
Oh, yeah. Make some,
maybe film it in a tent, like one of those little kids. Boom.
Well.
I don't know why it'd be in a tent, but it could be. It'd be funny.
Literally.
Boom. So what are the pros and cons of having your own show? Like, what do you think are the main pros and cons?
Boss.
Sorry, I just burped. I hope my breath doesn't stink. Pro, yes. Being your own boss, making your own schedule, doing whatever you want. Con, financially. Being your own boss. Making your own schedule. Spending your own money. Like, I wish I had, I wouldn't say financial advisor, but I wish I had, like, someone that was just like, okay, we have, like, Drake's bed money right here sitting for you.
Yeah, well,
you know, whenever you just want to pull out the pot, just let us know and we could. Do you guys watch Ozark?
Yeah, I just started on that. I love it.
Okay, so
like great episode 8.
If I could be like, what's his name?
Marty,
and someone just like in our cartel was like behind me, just backing me up, supporting me, was like, yeah, T, as long as you do this content so many days, a month, a week, and get this.
There's no going.
This goal.
There's no getting out.
No, there's no
T
getting
is
out.
open to an investor. Those are watching. T is open to an investor right now.
All the cartels out there, hit her line.
Please
DM her. She'll make content for
you. Legal money, illegal money. How? If it's money, you're good.
It's money. I mean,
we'll figure it out.
The cartel. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could slide something to the guests, you know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
See, that would be a good episode to get a cartel member on the podcast.
Oh yeah, and then when he tells me to like edit everything out,
he's like, or else,
or else.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
he's like, this was fun.
Right.
Man.
Right.
So do you think? So my thing, how do you pick your guests? Is it a strategy, specific people?
Yes and no. So I don't want, how do I say this without like sounding superficial?
You say it and I'll clean it up.
Okay. I don't want anyone that doesn't have a name for themselves.
Yeah. So people who do not take their brand serious, you will not be on T-shirt.
Wow, boom.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
You know, he's
you're a businessman. Thank
he's
you.
a marketing genius.
You're literally. And not to say that like you don't have a name for yourself or any type of platform, but like if you come to me and are like, I would love to promote my clothing line, I would say, sure, of course, we can do that. But you don't have any shirts printed. You haven't sold anything. You don't even market yourself. And that's just kind of like, so you're starting with me. So I'm helping you, but how are you helping me? So I would want it to kind of like be a...
So you want a tangible situation. Like,
thank you.
So you don't want Jimmy, who is thinking about his clothing line, to come on the T-show. So y'all, what's up? I've been thinking about this clothing line. It's gonna be really dope. Once I get my business started, you more so want, Calvin that has the shirts. He's coming in with the hoodies.
So if I could reword, how I pick my guests is I pick people that are prepared.
Right.
People that I can just only keep using that word, prepared. And a lot of people actually have came to me, so it hasn't been like a struggle.
Right.
But the comedian, I actually reached out to him.
Okay.
I had already been following him for like a long time, and I just love him. And I'm like, can someone really be funnier than me? I doubt it. But he really was, and I was impressed.
Humbling experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's super important for someone to really take their brand serious, especially when you come on a show. So like the goal of the show is to kind of get to know the person, and then it's also basically to network. Yeah. I mean, if we're being real, at the core of the show, it's to network. It's to network. Hey, you can get some of my audience. We'll get some of your audience. We'll combine, do collaboration, and it'll work out for both of us. I find that sometimes people want to be on the show. They don't take their brand serious. It's like there's no positive for us. It's like a give-take situation. It's like we're letting you have this platform, but we're also expecting to get something in return. Exactly. Aside from the great content, like maybe we'll get some of your audience, or even just the network to have that great conversation and to like really be able to talk and just to get to know you. And then who knows, from that might come other people to interview that are great networks to have, combined.
Yeah. How did you guys get started?
We just kind of had this whole idea. It's been kind of brewing. So it started out with the Chef T show originally was the idea.
Yeah.
And we filmed an episode. Oh, it was a long time ago. It was like over maybe like 2 years ago.
Oh.
Well, it was like 2 years ago. So me and Will had this idea, and I was like, I'm going to do a Chef T show. And it wasn't even going to be a podcast. It was going to be more like a talk show. Like it was similar to what you're doing, or shorter. It's
and I also did radio in school. So like I had like a radio station at the school.
Cool.
So I feel like we both had the experience. Yeah. We both were just kind of moving with content. I would show up to like his different music videos, stuff like that. Or if he just needed somebody like kind of like, for like whatever type of video. And at the same time, I had different videos that I needed to be shot. So overall, like the chemistry just built up, and then we would have like these conversations, but never like record them. It was kind of like people need to see these conversations.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
So you guys have known each other for
3 going on 3 years.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, well, because it was up because like literally if you listen to our first couple podcasts, it's just me and him, and these are genuine conversations that we sit and talk about every day.
Yeah,
like
no,
just
I've
like
been watching
these intellectual conversations, not even intellectual all the time, but like music, videos, and we're like, dude, people need to hear this. Why aren't we recording?
Literally.
And then like the idea of a guest, we had like our first guest was our other roommate, Spitta.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, 3 people's dope. It kind of helps to network, but it also helps to get another person's idea and their context, of what they want. And that's kind of how we just started unfolding. Now we have guests every show.
Yeah, for real. No, that's awesome. I love what you guys do, and I've been watching.
I appreciate
it. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely appreciate that.
Because I mean, we have so many ideas to expand it. We want to do like, we're not gonna tell you the whole idea, but we have these stir-fry side dishes, and that's gonna be like a cool little thing, like a short little segment.
No, that'll be dope.
Yeah,
because that'll definitely like catch the attention real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, it's so funny because the name. I was sitting here. I mean, obviously my nickname is Chef T. Everyone calls me that. But I was sitting here thinking of a name for the podcast, and I was like, what could we call it? And stir fry popped in my head because I'm like, okay, so we talk about a bunch of different shit, and it's one platform, so it's like a stir fry. We're adding in beef, broccoli. We're adding in music, videos, comedy, gaming. We had someone that does gaming, acting. Like, we do all this different stuff in this one episode, and it's not just one music thing.
But I have to ask, as men, do you guys cook?
Oh, all the time.
What?
I don't cook all like that.
I don't know. So hold on, I even got one of these days I'll wear.
It's like sometimes I'll do it, but it's not a weekly thing. It's not even a weekly thing.
Dang.
Oh, see, I love to cook. That's like what I do all the time. Like, that's my favorite thing. Hold on, let me grab
I
let me sneak behind
love cooking. Like, I love cooking. I'm such a I'm big on hosting, so I love cooking. I love gatherings and.
So what's the special dish? What's the dish people call you about after they've had it?
One, I make really good apple pie. So
I love apple pie.
Okay, I will make you an apple pie.
Thing.
That's my specialty. But I'm not a baker because that's the only thing I can actually make.
Apple pie, seafood, Mexican food. Oh, this is your time to shine. My bad. I was thinking.
I was like, what can you make?
But my special dish is this. My first dish I ever made, and I just honed in on it, crafted it, and it's this honey balsamic chicken with red skin potatoes with a side of asparagus.
Okay, fancy.
And it's fried, but also baked. So it has crunchy, sweet, salty. It's the best dish ever. And people just love it so much.
So what's your strategy for cooking? Do you find a good recipe? Does it just, you look in your fridge and it comes natural to what you're going to make? Or how does that work?
I watch Tasty a lot.
Okay.
And then I just kind of mix their dishes together. Once I've mastered, I could just watch a really quick episode, and then I'm yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Right. So you don't go off the specific recipe. You're okay, this. You see on there, you're I'm definitely gonna need flour. I'm definitely gonna need chicken.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some oil. Yeah,
and then I just recreate it.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
See, my flow is I look in the fridge. I'm okay. My dad was a chef.
Oh.
So I always flavor was everything to me. So I'm I look in the fridge. I'm okay, I have chicken. Ooh, I got a little teriyaki sauce in there. Ooh, I have some rice. You know what? I'm gonna make myself a nice little Chinese dish.
Right.
And then I'll go and I'll mix everything up, make a giant stir fry.
Ooh.
Dang, it's fun.
Okay, so
and that's how I work. That's how I like to make. My secret thing though is pesto. I always use pesto. That's my. If anybody that knows me, knows I love to make pesto.
So what time is dinner?
Oh yeah. You missed it. No, I'm just kidding. Look, see, I even got. Show. You know I'm a cook because I even got my own Chef T apron.
That's so cool.
Classic. Very classic.
Shout out to Mama Chef.
Mom, I want one. Can you just say Whyte Girl Tee on it, Chef?
That's clutch.
That's with a Y.
With a Y, yes. Thank you. With a Y. Gosh.
I think cooking's even therapeutic.
It is. It's so, oh my God, relaxing.
You get that, you turn on the tunes, you kind of get in your groove. Yeah, you kind of start dancing a little bit. Cutting up the onions. You got to cut up a little zucchini, throw in a little garlic. It's just, I don't know, it's fun.
Literally.
It says you like hosting, so you just invite a lot of guests. Is it kind of games with it? Or when you say hosting, what does hosting look like?
Yeah, no, that's definitely it. Hosting is drinks for sure.
Okay.
You can't be me without drinks. And then, games.
Okay.
Lots of food and lots of conversation. But like me, the conversation's not like normal conversations. Like,
right.
Yeah. Like, so how do you guys feel about anal?
People are like, what?
Like, spit Sprite out.
It goes, like record, like, yeah, record squeak. Everyone looks at you. They're like, what? They're waiting for someone to answer. I want to get more into that. I don't have like dinner parties or hosts.
Oh man,
that's on my list. Like I wish I was like, I feel like I'm not at that point yet. Well, I have those friends that are also like down to do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They're more like let's hang out, let's get fucked up, and play beer pong.
So now that I'm a West Sider, you guys have to come. I am going to join my host parties.
Got you.
Okay, not join them, but like be a part of them.
Yeah, I'm
down. I'm definitely down.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, of course, cook a whole bunch of food, and we'll just play a whole bunch of music, and we'll vibe out.
Yeah, whenever this thing's over with, I can't wait till.
Oh yeah, because it's only 10 people can be there.
Yeah. So I can't wait till it's back to normal.
I mean, the state opens up soon, whatever that
That's
means.
what they say.
So May 1st, I can probably have like 30 people.
I don't know what that means, but the state opens up. However you want to take that information.
It depends what opens up. Because if they just open like, I think we'll extend CVS hours, then it's like, it's not really open.
Right.
Or if they're just like, you know what? This time we'll open, I don't know, more food spots. Then it's just like, that's not really open.
See, I feel like the key is when they open dine-in restaurants.
Yes.
See, that's when you're like, okay, things are safer, but
it's also kind of scary too because
it's gonna spike again too, maybe.
The people that have been at home, that have worked at the restaurants, we don't know how they've been living their life. So once they open up the restaurants, and then those people that either have been following the quarantine directions or not following, they could be behind everything making our food, and then we could be affected. And that's also scary. Right. But then it's also like, damn, I've been wanting to come back to this restaurant for like forever.
That's my whole thing. I love restaurants. I love eating at restaurants. Like, that's my favorite thing. Get like a nice drink with your food.
Yes.
There's nothing better.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I see one of those seafood spots open, it's YOLO for me. Like, you only live once. No, I will be there day of. And just, I don't know, I will pray over the sanitizer that's in my pocket.
He's got the white napkin. He's waiting for this. Or like Mexican restaurants. That's what I want to open back up. I need that. Definitely. I need that summer margarita and quesadilla and burrito and all the good shit. I'm going all out when that place opens back up. Or
if they just open the Chinese food spots first.
Oh yeah, my favorite spot in over in Willowick. They closed down for all of this quarantine.
Don't say it's China Buffet.
No.
Oh, thank God.
That's not my favorite spot. No, that place is like that used to be my spot when back in high school. We all my football teammates, we just go there on Friday nights before the game, just eat hella.
Oh God,
it's bad.
It's so bad.
It's bad, yeah. But I don't know. You got to try 100 Flowers.
Okay.
So 100 Flowers is the greatest Chinese spot I've ever eaten in my life.
Where is it at?
It's like right by. So I guess it's more in like Euclid, but it's right by Willowick. If you go down Lakeshore, boom, right over there by KFC. It's a small little in the hole mom and pop Chinese place. Best.
Those are the best,
and it's affordable. And it's like you can get these fat ass entrees, and you can get like 5 different things and 2 things of rice, and spend like $60.
That's it.
Yeah, and they paid us for this ad, by the way. That was a good segment for this promotion.
Yay.
I'm just kidding.
Shout out to 100 Flowers.
If they want to pay for it. No.
We love your food. It's so good.
See, that's when you know you made it if you can start having those like sponsorships.
Yes, this show's been sponsored by Bud Light. Yeah. So, as we continue.
Or when they sneak it in there without you knowing it. That's like the craziest one. Like, I watch...
Super crazy.
I watch... I don't know if you ever heard of Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura. No, they're good comedians. I think
even like hot ones, dude. It's like two or 3 ads every time.
Yeah, but they sneak them in there, and you're just like, oh, motherfucker.
I like how they sneak them in like it's such a good part. Like it might be like, okay, they're on the last wing.
Yeah,
do they win the challenge or not? Hey, it's Bud Light, y'all. Like,
or just not even or something completely not relevant. It'll be off the wall
watch.
advertisement.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, check out Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer. They're funny ass people.
Okay,
They're one of my favorite
them
comedians. Yeah,
for sure.
And I've been Chris D'Elia, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He's funny. Joe Rogan, obviously, is hilarious.
Oh, I can definitely add them to my roster.
Yeah, you should. So, back to your podcast, and we turn it off into our conversation. I don't know how we got into Chinese food.
Yeah.
But
now I'm hungry.
I know I'm starving too. That's what it is.
You and the snippets. You don't follow rules. It's not commercial.
So what goes into your podcast? Do you prepare some questions, or is it more free flowing?
So what I do is I meet with the people like a week before.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, tell me a little bit about yourself, and whatever they want to disclose, they disclose. And then, I ask them, just give me a little brief history. So that way I kind of already know a little bit about them, and it's not like, whatever. And then I ask them, is anything off limits? And if they say yes, then I'm like, okay, fine. We won't talk about your mom, or your ex, or uncircumcised penis. Fine. But if they say no, then I'm just like, cool. Well, be prepared for anything. And sometimes it could not be bad. Like sometimes I could just kind of feel a person's energy, and I can feel that someone's like super nervous, that I cannot even I couldn't even go there with them. Like I could borderline, but I couldn't even just go all the way there. But if someone's like, oh yeah, man, T, yeah, we're meeting again, sure, like come on, bring it, or like I'm ready for whatever, then I'm like, oh, okay, for sure,
bet. Here's my secret. Here's my ultimate question. Okay,
get naked right now. The whole interview's naked.
I was not ready.
Right.
But here we are.
Right.
Yeah. But that's what makes it great. So that's awesome that you meet before, because I was wondering that. Like, so you guys talk before, you meet up. I think that's better that you guys meet up in person, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I try to do it in person because I want someone to feel my energy already.
Before.
So they're not like, because you can kind of already see what kind of like person I am through the videos. But like, I want them to kind of like see my energy, that I'm like a really relaxed person, and I want you to feel comfortable with me. And like, I tell them a little bit about myself too, like good things, bad things. And I kind of just overview the show, but I don't say what's really going to happen. I'm like, we'll talk, we'll play a game, that's it.
I was going to ask, have you ever like scared somebody? Like, just like, they just like, yeah, I'm going to just have to cancel on that date.
Oh, that would be cool.
No, yes. So there was a guy who had been like asking to be on the show, and then we didn't really get a chance to talk in person. It was more like a phone call.
Gotcha.
And unfortunately, he didn't have an iPhone, so we didn't do like a FaceTime or anything. So it was just like,
I don't trust people that have Androids.
I mean, I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then,
what's this guy in like 2002?
I mean, what? And so, like, he just kept asking me, like, you're not going to ask me anything crazy. And I'm like, I might. And I just kept reassuring him, like, are you sure nothing's off limits? And then getting closer, he's like, so what are you going to ask? Like, how's this going to go again? And then, like, the day of, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm like, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I won't ask you again.
Right, so that's goes into another thing, is like a con of podcasting. I feel like guests don't understand the importance. Like, I don't want somebody on the show that's not going to take it as seriously as we're taking it.
Mm-hmm.
And that pisses me off. When people don't understand, or like, or you won't even, you'll be like, hey man, are you on your way yet? And they won't text you back, and I have this all set up, and I'm ready to go, and if not, we don't have any other backup plan. This is the day we do it. This is the time we do it.
So if I can be honest, I was definitely going to play a joke with you guys and be like standing outside, and then like just text you guys at like 7:00, like, actually I'm not coming.
Oh, you're probably from outside.
I would have missed the whole reaction. So I'm like, that's not gonna work for me, because I really want to see the reaction when I like tell them I'm not coming. So then I thought about like FaceTiming you guys, but then I wanted to be like not anywhere where you can like be like, no, motherfucker, you're outside.
Yeah. No, the worst one was
just,
like somebody. It was 7, and I think we told them a little bit earlier because we knew that they're late. Because some people you just know that they're late, so you work with them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but he's like, yeah, I'll be there on my way, right? And it's 7, and we're chilling, and then he doesn't text me back, and then it's 8. I'm like, dude, all right, I'm gonna give you one more chance. Where you at? Still no text back. 2 hours later, he texts me. He's like, sorry, I was there, but my phone died. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
So no charger in the car, nothing.
I know. I'm like, so you're saying you were right outside my apartment and just went all the way back to where you were.
Not even want to like throw a stick to the door.
I mean,
yell,
so I'm just thinking
something.
like, if it was me, but I don't know, different people have different logic in their head.
There's gotta be
If I want to
somewhere
get
you
on
can
the,
turn.
if I want to get, I just feel like you can get in here.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want to get in here, like, you would get in here. Like, if we were paying people to get on the show, like, I guarantee that person would have found a way in here.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
no, seriously.
Like, whether they gotta wait for a little kid to open the door or somebody pass through, they're gonna find a way to get in here.
Yeah.
Or you can buzz in. Our names are on the. There's like a thing that you can just like buzz and it'll call us off the buzzer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
See,
But I was like, oh man.
I hate that.
It's just so many things. Like, even maybe like, I'm pretty sure at that time, like, they could have charged their phone at Wendy's, like, parked their car, charged their phone if they were here, like they said they were here. But
yeah.
such a crazy.
It's just more or
concept.
less like I want you. It's disrespectful if you don't take it serious.
Yeah.
Because yes, we're not getting millions of views right now.
Right.
You know, we're not this super ultra popular people.
But when you do, don't come back.
Yeah, but it's like we see the vision. We take this seriously. You know, obviously, we buy putting money towards our podcast to make it some of the best stuff that we can do. We try and prepare, and we just want it to be taken serious. You know,
I just don't understand why people don't understand. Like,
They
you
don't.
need to cancel a day before, or I mean, even like 4 hours before would be a huge difference.
Right.
Then you kind of just like avoiding the situation and like, oh yeah, hopefully I figure out my way over there, or hopefully I figure out, you know, whatever you need to figure out.
Yeah.
But like 4 hours at least
Yeah.
would make a huge difference because we could put together a whole different show, whole different topic. If we're really lucky, one of our friends or somebody might be still down.
Yeah.
It's just so many more options. But when you just let the time pass that your episode was supposed to be done and then contact us after your episode was already over, it's like, now it's late.
Yeah.
Now people are trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And here we are with no episode today.
And like you said, Chef, like, I just feel like that's so disrespectful. Like, you didn't respect my time. You didn't, like, respect the importance of the show. And then that just shows me, like, how you live your life, just so unorganized. And I get how someone can feel like, oh, I don't know how to tell them that I don't want to do it. But, like, literally just using those words, I don't want to do it. It's like, okay, I could be mad, but in actuality, I can't feel any type of way. You know, this is my business, and I know that there's not always going to be a yes from everyone. So
Right. Yeah, I think it's just a clear understanding, communication. Like, just say, boom, we don't want you. I mean, or I'm too nervous to actually do this.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I'd be like, okay, I get it. See, for our show, it's a little easier to go ahead and fill in that gap because it's me and Will. You know, so we can turn around an episode and have a concept ready, and we can go just me and him.
yeah,
But like you just being yourself, that would I don't think I could do it.
that
'Cause
literally
It's your show is dependent on having that person no matter what. Like
yeah, because I can't book. I could, but I don't like to. Like, I could film like 2 different people in one whole
right, you can
space.
go. Yeah, you
like
can go maybe
one-on-one.
back to back. Yeah.
But most of the time, my brain is like exhausted, and I'm like, I don't even feel like talking anymore. So
Right. I don't know how people do like multiple ones.
oh
a day.
my
It's
gosh.
crazy.
Like, I thought about the idea of like, okay, I could probably knock 3 out. But then trying to remember, like, okay, wait, I got to go back to my notes. Because what did this person, oh, no. They said they don't like, okay, wait, hold on. And I have really bad like anxiety and ADD. So I just know that wouldn't work for me. So when someone really cancels on me, I'm like, I could do this by myself. But it's just so much more fun with other people.
Right, that's the whole point.
And I think that's something, okay, so I just thought of it as you just said that, but I think people wouldn't mind seeing me by myself one time.
No, you could definitely do it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's just easier, so it's easier to have that, you know, key constant, like, developing idea, okay, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you can fill it in with whatever you want, but it's just a lot easier when you have two people no matter what.
Yeah.
Because then I say, he can go and jump in and fill in.
For real.
You know?
I just like those people. So, like, I feel like all of our shows kind of like, it's pop culture in a sense.
Yeah.
But the people that usually have like the solo show or podcast, whatever, it's usually like they specialize in something, whether that be like financing or dude has a podcast about cars and car parts. So it's kind of like this one subject, and they could just pull anything out of a hat out of that one subject that they created.
Yeah.
And for us, it's like we could pull that subject, but that subject, it sounds better and visually is more appealing when there's more people on the screen.
Yeah. For sure.
Because it's like they don't necessarily need the subject. It's like, okay, I like these people. I like their podcast. Oh, they're talking about sports today. They're talking about fashion today. I've already seen that, but I kind of like their podcast, so I watch. But these other people, they have, like I said, if somebody always is talking about car parts and different stuff, most likely people are coming on their podcast because they need that information. Like, oh, well, something just broke down. I'm about to go to this new podcast.
Yeah.
Can you give me the information I need?
Yeah.
So their audience is like just
limited.
There.
Yeah.
Where us, we kind of gotta like, we need that guest, like that guest, you know, that doesn't agree with us. Audience gets two sides, and it's just, I don't know, it's just interesting, like a lot more interesting with that guest. Like we need that guest.
Yeah, and everyone has different ideologies about how they live their life, their opinions on things, what they do for a living, how they spend their time, and it's just interesting, genuinely, to just to get to know a person.
For real.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. I mean, of course. Yeah. Like, that's the greatest part. Especially the questions you ask. You really get to know them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We might as well be married after our show.
Right. Yeah. You get to know their darkest secrets.
Wild.
I think that's a good place to stop. I think it's been fun having you on. I think we had a great convo.
Thank you.
I like this episode because I feel like it was a genuine this was a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of our other episodes are more...
Like interview-like,
but they are a conversation, but they're more opinionated, like, I don't know, intense. This was a great just conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show. It was great.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you want to tell the audience like where they can find you at? Check out what T said.
Yes. So you guys can find me on the corner of 55th between the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. And when I'm not there... you
Bargain
can find with the cartel. When I'm not there, you can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Whyte Girl Tee with a Y. So that's WHYTE. Y'all know how to spell girl. _. No, underline. _. Okay.
_
We're gonna start over. So when I'm not whoring, you guys can find me on YouTube and Instagram at Whyte Girl Tee with a Y. WHYTE girl _T. And when I'm not there, you can also find me at home at the address that I'm not going to disclose.
Okay. There you go. Check her out. Check out her podcast and her YouTube series. It's really great, funny, different, and I think it's definitely going to blow up for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
We're all going to blow up. For sure.
That's the goal, right?
No, seriously. So whoever goes first, just know, you guys are on speed dial.
Yeah, squad. Come up together.
No, for real.
All right. So thank you guys all for listening and watching. It's your boy Chef T.
I'm Will the Spacekid.
And I am a hoe. I'm Whyte Girl Tee.
And keep it real. See you next week. Thank you all for listening and joining us on another episode of the Stirfry. All the music was created by Steve Ozell, so check him out on all streaming services at Stevo Music, spelled ST3V30 Music. Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. We'd greatly appreciate it. And see you next Tuesday when we talk with my dude, Ben West. We talk about his rap career and how he developed into the network he has today. from hanging out with the SSR crew to collaborating with people like Ricky Hill and Iman Shumpert. It was a really amazing episode, so I'll see you next week, and keep it real.